Hello everyone, we're just going to wait a moment. For everyone to join in. Just setting up my iPad so I can see what everyone's saying, or if anyone's saying anything. Okay, so today I wanted to show the new markers that we have at Brutus Monroe. Hi everyone, now I can see everyone's chatting. So we've had a lot of talk about our new markers, and I'm really excited to share the new markers with you today. So we're going to make a card, we're going to talk about the new markers, we're going to talk about the new embossing folders, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to take a quick drink, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. First and foremost, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I think it's a little bit better to be zoomed in. There we go. I think that's going to be a little better. Not sure. We'll find out in a second. So, let's see. First and foremost, let me grab a piece of grid paper. All my drawers are organized now. It's amazing. Thank you, Heather, if you're watching. Thank you, Jerry. I'm so excited to be live. I feel like it's been forever since I was live. So today, we're going to talk about, and how did that get so askew? The new style file markers. Just going to place this so that I can see what's happening here. The new style file markers that are being carried at Brutus Monroe. So this is a new partnership for us, and I'm so excited about this partnership simply because I cannot get enough of these alcohol markers for the price point that we have brought them to you. So I'm so excited. Oh, hello Noreen. I can't wait for you to get to the shop either. So we're going to make a card today. I do not have the card finished. I do have a couple of pieces of the card ready to go, but it is not completely finished, which I think is fun because then we get a chance to kind of make it together. So the stamp set that I use today is the Botanical Banners stamp set. Let me grab a piece of alabaster cardstock to show you. So this is the Botanical Banners stamp set. I'm just going to hold it up there so hopefully you can see it. Okay? And I've already stamped it out. So I stamped it out a couple of times. All I stamped it out with was our Brutus Monroe detail ink. So this detail ink is a permanent ink for detailed images, as well as it's waterproof when dry and alcohol marker safe. This is the ink that I suggest. The reason I stamped them out earlier is simply because I do not want to heat set it right now. You will have to heat set it if you're going to color right away, and that's true for any ink, not just ours. For any black ink, you're going to want to heat set it if you're going to use it right that second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here how I do some cheat coloring, as I call it. This is how I do my cheating alcohol coloring. So I'm going to be using 3 different colors here, and possibly later I can edit this live and put the color names up here on the screen. But the 3 color names that I'm using, or the color numbers in names, the names are Pastel Rose, which is 316, Pale Pink, which is 314, and Coral Pink, which is 350. Now, Coral Pink is very, very different from these other colors, and you'll see why I need that color. Again, these markers are available at brutusmonroe.com. and they retail for $3.50 a marker. We do not currently have them in bundles or packs. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. In bundles or packs, but stay tuned for the fall when we will have them in bundles and packs. But I would suggest getting yourself whatever set you would like or whatever markers you would like right now, because they are going quickly, and I'm not certain as to how quickly I can get them all back in, if that makes sense. So what we're going to start with is 314, which is the pale pink, and I'm going to show you what it means to do the quick kind of cheat coloring, as I call it. So there's obviously a million different ways that you can color with alcohol markers. Folks will tell you that you need to do it with the light first, to the dark, to the dark, to the light, to the medium, to the dark, to the whichever way they'll tell you how to do it. But it's up to you. However you do it is the right way, okay? So I'm going to start with 314, which is, again, the lightest shade. And I'm going to start with these roses here, okay? Another nice thing about the markers is that you can put the cap right on top here. I'm going to put my cap over here. But I'm going to start by just coloring in the whole rose. And I'm just very haphazardly coloring in around the outside of the rose. And then kind of towards the center, and just adding in that color. Right now we're just kind of saturating our image, okay? So saturating the image is kind of the first step for me anytime that I'm doing any type of alcohol marker coloring. You'll notice that none of the detail ink is moving, it's not shifting, nothing is happening with our detail ink. It's staying put, which I love. So we're going to do that on all three of our roses. So again, start on your outermost petal, go all the way around. These roses are beautiful and simple to color, and this brush nib makes it so easy to color and get those striations. I want to show you here how beautiful that brush nib is. Do you see how it's making those petals? That is a true beautiful brush nib, okay? And we'll have more close-up views of these markers and some additional lives once we have a whole camera setup that's happening, which is incredible. But I'm here by myself today in the studio, so it's just you and me. So it makes it a little easier, not different angles and different things like that. So now we're going to take 316, which is the next color up from 314. They are in even number order, and we're just going to fill in anywhere that we see the white. And this is, again, we're still being messy in the way that we're adding our color. The only time that we're going to get real finite is when we do the darkest shade. Okay? So again, just kind of, and this is my alcohol marker, how to cheat coloring with alcohol markers, okay? So now we've done our 316, which is our medium color. Now we're going to take 350, which is a lot darker than the others, and we're just going to hit the ends of the petals. And you're just going to go in and you're going to very quickly just skim the edge of those petals, okay? You're just skimming the edge of the petals, and you can pick which petals you would like. Try to stay toward the edge of all of them, because that's where the natural shadow would be, is on, you know, the edge of them, depending. We're saying that our light source is coming from this side, so just going to add that in. And then this is where the real tricky part comes in, so don't blink, it gets real tricky. And you're just going to take again your 314, which is the lightest, and you're going to color the whole thing in. You're just going to go over the whole entire thing. It could not be easier. Go over the whole entire thing. And as you go over the whole entire thing, what's beautiful about this is all three of those colors are now going to blend. And it's going to look like you spent hours, literally hours, coloring this, and you didn't. Okay, so let me show you here how beautifully this is colored And we didn't have to do anything crazy. Do you see that dimension and that life that you have there? And all we did was use the 3 colors. Okay. Sorry, I'm real thirsty today. It's real warm outside in Pittsburgh. So now I'm going to take 644 and 652. Now you may ask why 644 here is darker than 652 and that's a higher number. It's because these are from 2 different green families, all right? When you go to, well, thank you, Judy. And that's how easy it is if you use the Christopher Allen technique of quick alcohol marker coloring, which is just very simple. When you go to the Brutus Monroe website and you take a look at the marker page, you'll be able to download the color swatch guide. Not only can you download the color swatch guide, you'll be able to download an empty color swatch guide. What's awesome about this, again, is that it will show you that these are 2 different green families. But that doesn't mean anything. So, it doesn't mean anything when we're coloring, because you can use greens from all different families. It means something if you're doing serious artistic animation coloring, but with this, we're just coloring roses, okay? So now again, I'm gonna go in with my lighter of the 2, and I'm just gonna haphazardly color in my leaves, okay? Very simple, very easy. Again, we still have that beautiful, beautiful brush nib on this one, and it does have a chisel nib too. The chisel nib is on this side. It does have a chisel nib as well. So if you're into using the chisel nib to create, you know, colored papers and cool stripes and plaids and things like that, that's offered as well. Okay, that's still there. So we're gonna go ahead and just continue coloring this in. And bippity boppity boop. Oh, one more, a little bit here. If you miss some of the rose petals, make them green. Doesn't matter. No one's gonna know. All rose petals start green, and then they become rose petals. All plants begin green, completely green. So now again, I'm just gonna wisp in some of my darker color. And again, these markers make it so easy to wisp in color because of how beautiful the brush nib is on them. Oh my goodness, you guys. When I tell you that I searched far and wide for a great, affordable alcohol marker, I will tell you that I searched far and wide. And this marker is it. This is it. It's by far my absolute favorite alcohol marker for the price point. It is $3.50 a marker. Get yourself a starter pack. I promise you that you will not regret it. Okay, so now we're done with our coloring. How simple and easy was that? So let me put my markers away so that I don't get in trouble for having a messy studio. Okay, so let me put these to the side because we're going to bring in my scan and cut here in a second. But this is the one that I did earlier, and this is the one that I did now. So you can see just that wispy coloring makes it so simple to create an easy and quick card. Okay? So I have a couple more here, just in case I made a boo-boo, but luckily we're able to move right along. So let me go ahead and grab now my scan and cut, which I have waiting in the wings, so we can cut out, and actually I might cut out these guys too a little bit later, so we could do like maybe a black and white look. I think that'll be cool. Oh, and also you should note that I also stamped out on the the Botanical Banners, there's also banners. So I stamped these out too, and they're just solid banners, okay? And the thinking of you, I forgot to condition my stamp, so that's why it's a little blotchy. But this, I should also note, is the Stargazer Surface Ink, okay? So this is Stargazer, which is a beautiful, beautiful, I thought that pink would mesh well because it's kind of the center of those two colors. And then this is also, you can start with whichever side that you would like. You can start with whichever side you would like. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Whichever side you would like. But just make sure that you're consistent in whichever side that you use. That's all I ask. So this is a quick color swatch that I did of those three colors. And look at how beautifully they blend together. Oh my word, that looks like watercolor to me. And those are the 3 colors that we just used. Look at how beautifully those blend together. For $3.50 a marker. That looks like a watercolor splash to me. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my scan and cut. But first, let me position my pieces on my scan and cut mat. Unfortunately, and if any of you have a scan and cut mat, you will probably say that this is true as well. The scan and cut mat is awful. I will just say it. It is awful. It stays sticky for maybe, I don't know, maybe a month of use, and then it's no sticky no more. So, yes, and oh, I should also note, thank you, Lori and Adam, because I'm catching what you're saying. I also used our 110-pound cardstock, which is the Brutus Monroe Heavyweight Base cardstock. And the reason that I used that is so that we can saturate the paper really, really well, okay? So a couple of you might cringe because I'm using some of our retired washi tape to stick this down, and a lot of you have been asking for us to bring this washi tape back, which I hope we can at some point very soon. But as of right now, I'm just using it to stick this down because, again, this mat, ugh, my goodness. My goodness. So I'm just going to go ahead and plop this tape down, and I'm hoping, I have high hopes that someday the mat will get better. I really do. Really do. Someday. Someday, I hope that the mats are going to get better. So I just use washi tape, and it holds it down really well. Okay, and now I'm going to bring my scan and cut over. You're not going to probably be able to see everything because obviously I'm zoomed in. So I might want to zoom out a little bit. What do you think? Should I zoom out a little bit? I'm going to say yes. There we go. Now we're zoomed out a bit. Now I'm going to take my scan and cut and just going to load my mat. As I always say, this is not a scan and cut tutorial. This is just me putting the scan and cut to use. So I'm just going to hit direct cut, start the scanning process. And if you guys want a full tutorial on the scan and cut, I would be happy to create one for you. One that would be edited, one that would be, you know, have all the different information on the screen. I can do that for you. But it's rare that I have a scan and cut full tutorial. It's usually I'm just using them in the videos. So I'm going to go ahead and frame this out to try to get as close as we can, and then it's going to recognize. I'm excited because my mom and my sister and some of my aunts and my mom's friends are stopping by the studio today, so I get to show them the store. So I'm really excited about that. And we have some new coloring goodies in the store, which I'm really excited about as well, that we'll be talking about this week in a live episode from the studio. So it has a lot to recognize right now, so that's what's happening. So it's going to try to cut out all of these pieces as well, which is fine. We can let it cut out those pieces. So we're just going to hit OK. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of a border around everything, okay? And hit OK. And it might be having some trouble with these. I'm not certain. We'll find out in a second. Actually, well, we'll keep them on there and just see what happens with them, because actually I'm going to take them off and I'm just going to hand cut them. We don't want it to have too much worry. So I'm just going to hit OK. Let it process, and I'm going to take it off to the side while it cuts, only because then we can start working on our embossing folders. So I'm just going to hit start, and we're going to start working on our embossing folders while this cuts. Now this machine is loud, but I'm going to try to be louder, okay? So I'm going to try to be louder. So we'll see if I could do that, all right? We'll see if I could be louder than the machine. So first and foremost, again, I'm going to grab, whoops, I'm knocking things over. I'm going to grab a piece of our alabaster cardstock, and I'm going to cut it right down the center. So at 4 1/4. Oh, hold on. We're having an issue with the scan and cut. Bear with me. It's getting a little confused. Hold on. I'm reframing the image. This is what happens when you go live. So 4 1/4 is where we're going to cut this at, because that's half our page. And that's a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper. And then we're going to cut these down to 4 by 6. Again, this is the fun part of going live, is that normally all of this stuff you wouldn't see because it would be edited out. So now we're good to go. So 4 by 6. Gonna cut down 2 pieces because I'm not certain exactly which size, which embossing folder I'm going to use. That's always a mystery to me because I love all of our new embossing folders. So now I'm just going to cut this down, going to fold this down, and you can use a bone folder. I don't have a bone folder nearby, so I'm just going to use my hands, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this piece here. Okay, so these 2 pieces are the 4 by 6 pieces, but it looks like I might have grabbed one of the wrong ones. So hold on one moment. Let me cut this. Let me check this for size again. So this is 4. Yep. And then this is 6. So where did we go wrong here? Let's see. Oh, this one is not 4 by 6. That's 6, but it wasn't 4. Okay. So now let's take a look at the new embossing folders. So these are our brand new embossing folders from Brutus Monroe. They're available in store right now as well as online. They're also available online, which I'm so excited about because they are available for you guys to grab them if you would like. So we have 4 different varieties, excuse me. We have Aztec Stars, which is a really cool, really funky looking one that has different wells and stuff. We have this one that we're going to use today, which is Vintage Tapestry, which is probably one of my favorites, but it's hard to choose. And then we have Petal Lace, which is right here. And then we have Floral Burst. Actually, no, we'll use Vintage Tapestry. That's the one. I need to get out of my comfort zone of which ones are my favorite and start using other ones, but this one just seems to always be the one I grab. So they are they're a little bit larger than 4 by 6, but 4 by 6 is what the pattern area is. I'm just going to grab my Big Shot, and our scan and cut is done. I know you guys can hear that you can hear that it's done on the video, but I'm going to grab it in just a second. And then I'm going to take, because we're on our tab 1 for they call them, I think, texture fades or textural impressions, which I don't even know if they make those anymore. And now I'm going to grab my piece of 4 by 6 paper. So we just want a little decorative element in the back. Place that right in our folder. I always insert my folder with the fold side towards the machine. And again, this is our 110-pound cardstock. Hello, Candy. Which I always suggest a heavier weight cardstock for our embossing folders because they are a deep impression embossing folder. So let me move this guy over to the side now. And let me show you what we have here. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm ever not going to be excited whenever I pull one of these out. Look at that deep set impression. I don't know which side I like better. We'll use this side. But imagine that for a wedding card or a bridal card. Oh my goodness. I just absolutely adore that. So let me grab some adhesive and let me see if I have a scissor. Hold on one moment. Just walked into my office to get a... Luckily my office is right off of the studio. Someday we'll give you a full view of the upstairs area. So let me unload my scan and cut mat, turn it off here. And grab my flowers, because I can now do 2 cards if I would like, which is really cool. So there's my 2 scan and cut images, which I love. I think they look great. Easy peasy. Took only a couple of seconds, which I think is awesome. I do have to get a little trash can for up here. So let me move these to the side. And let's take our card base here. So simple. I'm going to grab some adhesive. Again, be very liberal with your adhesive when you're attaching an embossed piece, because the embossed pieces are, oh, and I forgot we have to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Because the embossed pieces are always a little bit, we're going to add a little bit of weight to it. And actually we're going to cut this layer down to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Perfect. And you keep this little piece. I know you can use that little piece for something. So we're going to just add this right on top here. Very simple, very easy, perfect layering element. Oh wow. I think this is beautiful. Just like that, we could be done. I'm just going to remove some of that extra sticky. And I want my card to open this way, because I think that that's kind of nifty and different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my floral pieces, okay, and I'm going to add them right on here. And I don't believe that I have any pop dots up here in the studio. I probably do, but Heather is not here today, who is my creative assistant in the offices, so she probably knows exactly where they are. And she's probably, if she was watching right now, she'd be like, Christopher, they're right there. They're right there. Just grab them. So I'm gonna, oh, I found them. Whew. Found them. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to take our banners that we did that are already easy peasy. I'm going to cut out, let's cut out happy birthday. We're going to make this very simple. I'm going to cut a tiny little border, and it's easy to cut out these. I don't mind fussy cutting these because it's a whole bunch of straight lines. I mean, it wouldn't be too terribly difficult to fussy cut the flowers either, but if you have a scan and cut, there's no need to fussy cut. Okay, so we're just going to cut out this banner very simply and easily. Bam, boom. All set. Now we're going to take our little dots here. And I think 2 will do on this one. 2 little dots. Pull off the back of the dots. Just to make sure that they're pushed down really, really well. Whoopsies. Pull off the back of the pieces here. And then we're just going to attach this right down here. And I think that that is just the simplest and sweetest little birthday card. You could have popped this layer up too. You could have double popped them up. But I just think that that's the simplest and sweetest little card for a birthday. I'm going to tilt it so you can see all of that dimension. There's so much dimension on this card. And of course, if you wanted to, you could take another one. And since these go in the round, You could do 2 corners on it, you know, this one here and this one here, and then put the happy birthday in the center there if you want, you know, a ton of flowers. You can do so much with this flower set. Hello, Amy. You like pencil colors too? Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because we have some colored pencils in the store right now from another great company that I love. So that's our card for the day. Does anybody have any questions about the new embossing folders? Any questions about the markers? Any questions about Brutus Monroe? Any questions about me? Any questions about anything? I'm just so glad that we were able to go live today. I'm so excited that we were able to go live. It's all I wanted to do all day, and thank goodness Heather was able to get she got the studio all cleaned up for us. When did she clean it? She cleaned it on, I believe, Friday was when I came in. I had to go and get some car stuff done, unfortunately. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Judy. Yeah, that's the thing. It happens really quickly. Really, really quickly. I'm just gonna, while I'm waiting to see if you have any questions, I'm just going to do some punching out here because I have some other marker, or some other, whoopsies, I picked up the wrong one. Picked up the wrong one. This is not the one that I wanted. Glad I figured that out before I punched it all the way through. Yeah, that's why I want to show you how simple it is. Yeah, that's how it was here. Because we, as most of you know, and if you don't know, we just actually expanded the store again because we have moved up into the upstairs level of our offices as well, because we needed some more space for the team and for all of the products that we have and things like that. So we have moved to the upstairs, which is where all of our administrative offices are now. So we're so excited to be moved up to the new space. I'm just cutting this out because I have an idea to use these as a strip. So you'll see this really soon. I'm really in love with the Martha Stewart punch around, and you'll see that soon. But yeah, so we've moved into our new, thank you, Emily. Yeah, we are almost all moved in. I can't wait for you to see the new studio space. My goodness, I've been talking about it forever, and it's finally here. It's finally here. It's coming together. It is coming together, finally. So yeah, so thank you all so much for, yes, we did expand. We have now in our upper level, we now have my office. We have a huge studio space. We have a full kitchen now for the team. We have 2 restrooms upstairs, so we now have 3 restrooms, which is awesome. So each of us can really have our own if we need it. We have our brand new fulfillment space, which is, hello, Ken's Creations. We have our brand new fulfillment space, which is towards the back of the building. Then we have our conference room and Gio's office. Gio is our office manager. Then Heather's office, and that's where all the, she does a lot of the creative stuff here in the offices, where she will change things around and help help Gio with photo shoots and style things, and she helps a lot with the inspiration boxes with Adam. So yeah, so her office is right next to mine, and it's like a big circle. It's a big circle, our offices. And then of course downstairs we have almost I'd say about 850 square feet of store space and classroom. Ken, I'm working on your office as we speak, so it'll be here soon. remember to call me tonight, Ken's Creations. Remember to call me tonight, Kenny. So yeah, so that is everything. So I can't wait for you guys to come visit, if you can come visit, if you're nearby. I think it'll be awesome. We have lots to show you. We're going to be debuting the new classroom in September. We have a classroom that can hold about 15 people, roughly, comfortably. And I can't wait to teach classes. We're going to have lots of folks come in and teach classes, and we're going to do all sorts of classes. So we're going to do things, we're going to do like lifestyle classes as well. So we'll do like a bath bomb class. We're going to do wreath making classes. We just have a lot of really fun things that I want to do, and having the classroom will allow us to do that. Now, I won't always be the one teaching the classes. We will have a lot of awesome other individuals coming in to teach the classes. And I do want to also let you know that I'm not always in the store. We unfortunately had a young lady that came to the store from Ohio the other day, and she was very upset, and I apologize. I'm not going to say your name, but if you're watching, I apologize again that I was not in the store when she visited. So I can't always be at the store. Sometimes I'm at other stores visiting, sometimes I am traveling, sometimes I'm at different shows and different things like that. So unfortunately, I don't even know, Ken, you know I don't know how to do that. Super chat. Ken, you'll have to tell me what that is tonight. You know I have no idea what a super chat is. Do you know Ken's Creations, who is here with us right now, he actually taught me how to get on YouTube, like how to do everything on YouTube. Literally, if it wasn't for Ken, I don't like, it's actually Ken's fault that I'm on YouTube, because what I started doing, there are 124 markers. I apologize, I didn't see that anything, that anybody asked that question. I apologize. Yeah, come to Pittsburgh, PA. We would love to have you. We have lots of things planned, and soon the Brutus Monroe Studio Store Facebook page will be up and running, and you'll be able to see what events we have in store, what different things are happening, and we have an extra special holiday treat that's coming up that you will be able to participate in right here at our offices. So we'll be doing a store tour where we walk around the store and we talk about the different products, but you will also have an opportunity to come up and visit our top secret spaces, so to speak. So you'll be able to actually come in and tour the Brutus Monroe and Christopher Allen studios. And you can actually come and tour my office and tour the team's offices and see how we work and where we work. Now, I can't guarantee you'll see any top secret things because Gio and Heather are very good at hiding those things, even from me sometimes. But I think it'll be really awesome, for you to have the opportunity to come and see how everything happens and how everything, it continues to happen. I mean, it all happened from a tiny little office in my house is where it all began. That's where everything happened. So, yes, Ken knows about some of these top secret things. So, they are very comparable to Copics, as well as they are also, I will say, they are very, very compatible with other alcohol markers. So, I tried them. I have quite a few alcohol markers. We'll be doing a lot more videos with the alcohol markers. We have so many things planned. I can't wait for you to see the different things we're going to do with the alcohol markers, and the different sets and the different things that we're going to be doing with them, because I just think there's so much to talk about with the markers, and there are so many folks that are still kind of confused by alcohol markers, and I get it. I was very confused about alcohol markers. I have so many alcohol markers because of how confused I was with alcohol markers, and to find something that is refillable, has a brush nib that I don't think can be, I mean, it can go up against, the expensive markers if you ask me, because I've used them all. Yes, please let Angela know that I will be releasing sets, Ken's Creations. Yes, we will be releasing sets in the fall. Yes, a very small desk, Amy. Amy has been here since day one. It was a very small desk, and it was a camera that literally was teetering with a ruler. I was talking to Ken about this last night. Yes. Yes, there's a whole, right now, there are not markers in the sets. we will have different sets that are available. There's a 72-piece set. There's a couple 36-piece sets. I believe there's a couple of 12-piece sets. At this time, we wanted to bring them out open stock just to see the reaction and how, you know, everyone would kind of, you know, would use them and we're sold out of about 75% of the colors. Now, I say that to say that yesterday we did just restock quite a few of the colors. So if you were looking for a specific color or family, grab them. But in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see a ton of suggestions for different configurations, different colors, different sizes, different refills, different ways to use them. Because as of October is when I'm going to guarantee that we'll have them. October, we will have refills for all of the markers as well. So you'll be able to refill the markers, and the marker refills, I think, are $5.99. That's crazy. $5.99, and I think you can refill the marker like 5 times. So the refills will be available, and we actually have a marker checkup station at the Brutus Monroe store. It's only going to be available, I believe, 2 out of the 3 days a week that we're open, but it's the marker checkup station where you can come in, you can get your marker, it's like an oil change. You can get your marker refilled, you can get your marker refilled, and you can get like a new nib put on. It's like a service checkup for your marker that you can get done right in store. So you won't have to purchase a new marker if something goes wrong. You don't have to purchase a whole bag of nibs. You don't have to purchase a whole refill if you don't like, although you can because it's, you know, only $5.99 a refill. And if you have a favorite marker, you're going to want to grab that refill. But if you don't want to make that investment additionally into your markers, we will do a service checkup for your marker here in store, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's a great feature. And I can tell you right now, we're the only ones that can do it because we are the only U.S. retail store, I have to preface this, U.S. retail store that carries these markers, which I think is awesome. According to their website and according to the research that I've done, we literally are the only retail store in the U.S. that you can walk in and you can purchase these markers. Retail store. Yes, Ken. Thank you for all capsing that, because I don't want to, goodness knows, I don't want to get in trouble. Yes. Okay, so that's all I have, because I could talk and chat with you guys forever. I'm going to head off because I want to go home and relax for a moment before the madness that is my family coming by to see the space. So make sure to check out BrutusMonroe.com. We have new coloring books. We have new coloring implements. We have so many things. Ken's Creation is the only house in Spokane on 16th Avenue to carry cricket. That's fantastic. That's great, Ken. I'm gonna go to my map in my office and I'm gonna mark that with a little green C. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that that I have that on the map. All right, call me later, Ken. I adore each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for being a part of my life. I adore all of you, and I hope to be back very soon for a live. I can't wait to see everyone again. And remember, as I always say, remember to create your own ending. Goodbye, my friends.